guys, welcome back to All Nerd Everything. I'm Craig. I hope you guys had a great 2024. And with 2024 closing, I just did my top 10 worst films 2024. So I figured why not do a top 10 best films of 2024. Now, I didn't see everything that came out, and some films that were popular that I watched, I just decided either not to review them just because I wasn't really invested in the film as much as everyone else. For example, I saw Honora a couple of weeks ago and I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as great as everyone kept saying that it was. I gave it 3.5 on Letterboxd, so that won't be on my list, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Neither will Baby Girl. I thought that movie kind of. I'll go more into detail about that later on. But starting off with number 10, Monkey Man. I absolutely love this film. A lot of people say that this was an Indian John Wick, but it is much more than just action. John Wick felt more just like a revenge film that just continued on to the last film, which is great and everything. But Monkey Man actually delved deep into the culture of India, and Dave Patel really, you can tell he was really passionate about getting this film done, and just the themes that it tackles with genocide and religion was really well done. And I'm gonna give this another watch. I have not watched it since it came out, but Monkey Man, it was spectacular. I absolutely love Monkey Man. Next up, number 9, you have The Wild Robot. Now, The Wild Robot, just based on the animation, when I saw the trailers for this, I knew that there was going to be something very special. The Wild Robot is not only is the animation great, it has a really emotional story that kind of that really made me feel like a kid again when a lot of Pixar and DreamWorks films were really story based in getting people emotionally invested in the characters and the story while also containing humor in it as well. And it has a great, like I said, animation is dope. The voice cast is really great. I love the score and the soundtrack slaps. The Wild Robot is one of the best animated films of the year and one of the best films of the year. So if you guys haven't seen this, you definitely need to watch it because you guys are missing out. Number 8, you have a Netflix film. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this one, but it's Outside. Excuse me. But Outside is essentially about a man. This is a Filipino film, I believe, and it's about a man that's that is willing to do anything to protect his family from danger during a zombie apocalypse. It's basically is basically the Shining with zombies, and that is a great combination. And the danger does not come from the zombies itself because the I can't even remember the father's name. The father, the husband in this film, he was already having a hard time with the husband and wife in this film. They were already having a hard time before the breakout, and being stuck together in this house with nowhere to go. It's essentially doing more harm than good and separating them rather than bringing them together as a family. And the dad the husband, his mental breakdown into a psychotic into a psychotic father husband that's going to do everything to protect his family. It was very, very scary. The story is great. I love the acting. Cinematography is great. You guys definitely need to watch this. I think a lot of people pass this over. Netflix makes a lot of duds, but when they make good films, they are really good. So check out Outside on Netflix. Number seven, you have Smile 2. Smile 2, one of the best horror films of the year. Naomi Scott crushed this performance. Now, just based on the opening scene of this film had me hooked almost immediately. A lot of people weren't big fans of the first Smile. I thought the first Smile movie was just okay. I haven't seen it in a while, but it did have its moments. But this one, while it does have the same concept, it does tackle different themes in it. First one was about mental health. This one is about substance abuse and what and how fame damages a lot of celebrities, and how a lot of how fame can be very taxing on pop stars or in actors and such. And the score is really great. I love the cinematography. The costume design is really dope as shit. I mean, I think the costume design, they even said that it was modeled after Lady Gaga. So Sky Riley, she actually like feels and looks like an actual pop star, which I really liked. And Naomi Scott, this is her best performance so far, and she deserves some sort of award nomination for this. I cannot believe that she didn't get a Golden Globe nomination for this, and I'm tired of the Oscars disrespecting horror, and horror, not just horror, but comedy, comic books. But yes, this is definitely deserving of a nomination, and I love this film. I can't wait to rewatch it again. But yes, number seven is Smile 2. Number six is Civil War. Now, A24 makes really great films. Some people were saying that this was disappointing because it didn't focus too much on the Civil War aspect. However, I enjoyed it because I don't think that the war part was an essential key part of the story. The it was showing the war from the perspective of a lot of journalists and photographers, because when Trump first got into office, there were a lot of people that were putting out articles and writing stuff about him, and they were receiving death threats and even getting either beaten to death or just getting beat up at a lot of those rallies. So I think it was a lot of, I think the commentary was really well done, and how a lot of not bloggers but a lot of journalists are put into danger by putting their personal bias on the internet. And I thought it was really well done. I enjoyed the cinematography. The score is great. Acting is great. And yeah, I think a lot of people kind of put this one over because they were too focused on the war aspect rather than the story of the journalists. So yeah, that's my number six is Civil War. Number five is another animated film, Transformers One. Transformers One. When everyone first saw the teaser trailer, we all thought the same thing. This is so stupid. This is ridiculous. This looks hideous. But I was I was wrong. My brother was very excited to show me this film because he initially had the same thought as everyone else. He went to see it. He was like, okay, I have to watch this film with you. I want to see your reaction because it is so dope. And he was right. The marketing for this film was piss poor. It was very shitty because the marketing made us wanted us to believe that it was a animated film about Transformers for kids, and it's a lot darker than people think it is. The like I said, animation great, soundtrack, the score, the voice cast, and this was marketed a lot better than I think that it would have done very well in the box office. But the fact that they were trying to cater this towards kids, it it didn't match up with the tone of the film, because the tone of the film did not give kids at all. And hopefully they'll get a sequel to this. And if they do, hopefully they'll market it the right way this time, because we need these films to be successful. So number five, I had Transformers 1. Number four, a film I just reviewed and just talked about, Nosferatu. I had no interest in seeing this film, only because, I haven't really delved deep into a lot of Robert Eggers films, and I've only seen The Witch and this film. I haven't seen The Northman yet. I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet. But after watching this and after seeing everyone's excitement about the film, and the more I saw trailers for the film and interviews being discussed regarding the film, it just, I had to see for myself, and I was not disappointed at all. A lot of people complained about the runtime. I wasn't really tripping about that, because the film is so well shot. The Like I said in my review, the the filming, the shots in this, it feels like a character, and it feels like we're there to see what all the characters are experiencing. The score, the cinematography. It was hard to look away from this film, because it's just so beautiful to look at. The acting is really well done. Lily Rose Depp deserves an Oscar nomination for this. This is one of my favorite films of the year. Nosferatu at number four. Number three, people might not expect this. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, maybe they should have flipped the names. Three should have been Ride or Die, and four should have been For Life. But it's too late for that. But the cinematography, VFX, the action sequences are all dope as shit. I love the chemistry between Mike, Marcus, and Mike's son. I really love seeing the dynamic between those three. And also the scene with Reggie. Oh my god, my whole theater was clapping during that scene. That scene was so freaking great to see his transformation from the second movie to Ride or Die was so great. And even they're even talking about a possible spinoff, or there's rumors of a spinoff with Mike's son, and with Reggie and Marcus's not Marcus, but Mike's son. So I don't know if there's any validity to that, but if it is, I would be the first one seated to see that, because that would be dope as shit. Number Next up, number two, you have Dune Part Two, and this this film blew my mind. I saw this film twice in IMAX, and it was better the second time. As it was just as good the second time as it was the first time. The cinematography, the score, the the ensemble cast, the VFX, everything about this movie feels like I'm being transformed into this magical world with sandworms, and just in the world building in this is done a lot better. And I enjoy this a lot more than the first one. I know the first one is just getting everyone ready and, building this universe, but Dune Part 2 has so many memorable scenes in it, and it's just one of it. I want to re-experience this in IMAX. It was so damn good, and I can't wait to see what categories it gets into in at the Oscars, because this deserves lead acting for Timothy Chalamet, and supporting. I feel like it should get four actually. Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Timothy Chalamet, and and Austin Butler. Austin Butler had two great performances this year in Dune Part Two and The Bike Riders, and he crushed both of those performances. The arena scene was one of my favorite scenes of the film. So yes, Dune Part Two at number two, and finally for my number one film, my favorite film of 2024 is Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Now, I've said this before, but I was not a big fan of musicals, but I'm trying to expand my palette. And with Wicked being one of the most popular musicals to ever come out, well, one of the most popular Broadway plays, I decided to give it a shot because, like I said in my review of Wicked, I want to be more open minded to more movies, more TV shows, and just the idea of Broadway plays in general. And I was not disappointed. The messaging of, Cynthia Erivo's character with the, dark skinned black girl and being antagonized, and the colorism, the symbol of the metaphor of colorism was really well done, and the fate woke activist chick with Ariana Grande's character, and the soundtrack is great. The dance numbers are great. The way this movie ends, I'm excited for more. And this is one of the best films of the year. Just like Dune Part 2, I saw this film twice. The first time I saw it by myself. The second time I saw it with my niece, nephew, and my sister, and they loved it just as much as I did. I cannot wait until this comes out on physical media. I also really need to get the soundtrack because I've been listening to it nonstop. The Gravity song, that's one, and the Gravity song and the Wizard and I are two of my favorite songs off that soundtrack. It's so memorable. I absolutely love this film. So yes, that's my top 10 list of best films of 2024. What do you guys think of my list? Is there anything that did make my list that you were fans of? But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.